Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to introduce to you a new game that I was able to formulate on the go in order to help your child be motivated to respond to questions while having an opportunity to play with some toys. So the first step is to take a blank piece of paper, or in this case, my tables are dry erase ready so I can actually draw on them. First step is to make a grid. Almost like tic-tac-toe. And on the top, I write the words who, what, where, and why. For the who, for the children that have difficulty remembering the question, I draw a little person. For what, I actually tell the students to tell me 3 things that happened in the story, and if they're a little bit older, I ask for more, probably 5 or more details of what happened in the story. Where I draw a little building, and I explain that we need to know where the story happened, and it could happen in different places. And why, I put a nice big question mark, several, because we want to know why certain events happened in the story. So if you want to take a look, it's just like this: who, what, where, and why. Okay? So to make the game a little bit more interesting, I tell them that this is a parking lot, and in order to park their cars, they have to get in the hot seat, which is where I'm sitting, and they have to answer a lot of questions about a story. So I will hand them a story. They can either read the story by looking at the pictures, and I have them read the story at least maybe 2 to 3 times. They don't necessarily, if they're not at the point where they can actually read, they can just look at the pictures, and you can ask them, what do you see the character doing? Where is she? To kind of get them prepared to respond to the questions. Okay, so after you go through the book together, maybe the first time, if your child is a reader or a beginning reader, they can actually read the words. But I find that when they read the words initially, they're not necessarily paying attention to the storyline as much as you would want. So the second and the third time, I really have them look at the pictures, tell me what she's doing, describe what she's doing, what do you see, where is she? Those questions pop up. When it's time to do the actual activity, what I do is I have the child get in the hot seat, and I ask them, who are the main characters in the story? These are questions that they hear all the time in school, so it's very important. Who are the main characters in the story? And if they get the answer correct, they get to go all the way up the levels. Now, if they don't get the question correct, maybe they get partial credit. They can only go up towards 1 level. If they can't answer the question at all, I take the car completely away from the parking lot. Then I ask them what happened in the story, and they have to tell me at least 3 things. And so we progress all the way up to the parking lot. Maybe the where question they get, and then you ask them maybe 2 or 3 why questions in order to get up to the why parking spot. Now, if they don't get it, let's say if they get up to this particular level, I leave it this way. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want them to visually see where they broke down with their ability to respond to the questions. We'll go back and we will notice, wow, you were able to answer the what question because your car is actually parked in the right place. You were able to answer a where question because your car is parked in the right place. But there was a problem with the why. Or I will ask them, which questions did you have problems with? Oh, I had problems with the who question because, there's no car at all, parked in the correct place. And the why, you couldn't quite get it there. So it's a visual for them so that they could see which areas they have difficulty with. And then I go over the fact that, okay, well, what should we do? If we can't respond to a question, what's our first step? Okay, we can go back to the story. We can open it up and find the responses. So this is a preliminary step towards going back, using a strategy where you can go back to the text and actually look for the answers to the questions. And this is, I don't have a name for it just yet, but it's been very successful in the therapy sessions, and the kids are motivated. And usually when they can't answer the question correctly, it really becomes a hot seat because they're like, no, I want to answer it, but I can't. So it helps them to kind of review and start over so that they can get all of the answers correct. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye.